First thing we should ask is what we're trying to do here. We're trying to avoid divorce. We're trying to avoid a broken marriage. We're trying to avoid a broken family, right? And if you ask, if we ask ourselves right now, and we look at people around us, so I can look at my family right now, and you know, my parents got divorced. I have, you know, broken marriage, you know, divorced couples inside of my family. One of the main reasons why they get divorced is because they never spoke about the future, about the expectations they had over each other. So I think that courtship, one of the main things that you should do in courtship is align expectations, is speak about the future. And what happens is, why is courtship so good and it's such a blessing over the youth? Because when you don't adopt the courtship style or method of relationship, you go into dating, you know, regular relationship like the world. What do? They're making out and they're kissing all the time. That's what normal couples do. So if you tell your friends in school right now, so if you're a high schooler, college student, and you go to school and you say, hey, I'm dating this girl, first thing they'll think, you guys are making out and you might be having sex because everyone has sex, right? So everyone is sleeping with each other, you know, nobody cares. Now courtship says, hey, why not stay holy, stay pure, you know, and talk. Instead of kissing all the time, speak about the future. And because they waste time kissing and making out, they never get to speak. So I was in a relationship before I met my wife. I don't know. I'll be honest. I was with this girl for 1.5 years. I have no idea what her calling was. We were both Christians. I have no idea what her dreams for the future were. I don't even know if she wanted to have kids. Now, me and my wife, as soon as we started dating in a courtship style, we started speaking about these things. Hey, what's your calling? What do you want to do in the next 5-10 years? You know, where do you want to be in the next 20 years? Do you want to be a pastor? Do you want to be a doctor, a businessman? Do you want to go to, you know, other places? Yeah. Do you want to plant a church? And we spoke about all these things. How many kids you want to have? You know, what's your goal for life? What has God called you to do? So we spoke about these things. And why is this important that you speak, that you guys talk? You know, talk a lot. You spend time talking, doing courtship. That's the main thing you should do. Talk to the person, talk to the guy, to the girl. Ask a bunch of questions. Because courtship is not supposed to work. Engagement is not supposed to work. Because if courtship doesn't work, thank God. Because now you won't get divorced. If engagement doesn't work, thank God. Because now you won't get divorced. Yeah. Now, if courtship engagement works, you got married. Thank God. Because your marriage will also not have divorce. Amen? Yeah. Yeah, so courtship is not supposed to work. Engagement is not supposed to work. So your marriage can work. So during courtship engagement, you should ask hard questions. You shouldn't just look at the person, at the way they kiss, at how good the sex is, because that's what people are looking for. Oh, anyways, my family, I'm not going to go my family background right now because it's kind of crazy. But they were asking me, hey, have you kissed this girl? I said, no. So how come you're going to get married to her if you never kiss her? Yeah. You know, how is that? If you don't like? What if you don't like? What if you don't like? Point, yeah. And then I asked them, hey, have you ever tried this food? And I just make up a food, whatever it is. They never try. I know they never try. And they say no. And I say, so how do you know if you try you won't like, or if you whatever, So they say, yeah, true. If you never try something else, if you never try that food, you don't know how good it is. Mm-hmm. So I say, if I never try any other girl, if I never sleep with any other woman, I don't know how we're supposed to be with the other woman. Yeah. If my woman, my wife is the first one, so it will be perfect. Yep. Because I don't know how other girls are supposed to be like. That's so I thank God I never slept with any other woman before my wife. But the thing is, when you go into these relationships just saying, let me kiss, let me have sex, let me do all these things, you're just giving up on a very special thing that God has for you. Yeah. And the thing is, God is not against you. He's not saying, I don't want you to kiss this person. I don't want you to have sex and sleep with this person. Really? He wants you to enjoy the best sex ever. Yep. He wants you to enjoy the best love making ever. He wants you to make love, not only sleep with another guy, another girl. And that's when we break our hearts, and that's when we get broken. That's when people cry, and people come to me as a pastor. People come to us as leaders, and they say, "Pastor, I slept with this girl. We broke up. She found another guy. She cheated on me." And now they're crying on our shoulders, and we say, "Man, God has the best for you. You don't need to do this anymore. You don't need to go through this anymore." There is a woman, a guy out there that is only for you. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
So I love this point of courtship, that you get to talk, because disagreements will come up. And when disagreements come up and you guys are able to align and to come to agreement, then you guys will stay together. Now, if disagreements come up in marriage, there's nothing that you can do.
Too late.
You got to stay there. So know what's good, Thiago?
There's no way.
You know what's good? Because me and my wife spoke about our calling, how many kids we wanted to have. We actually wanted to have 4. Now we're only having 3 because, personal reasons. So we wanted to have 4. We wanted to do all these things. And we spoke about these things. Now, there are days that I might want to give up. I'm just tired. I'm just exhausted. I say, no, I don't want to do ministry anymore. I don't want to do these things, because I honestly thought about that before. Like, am I crazy? Am I doing the right thing? And then she looks at me and says, no, we spoke about this before. We spoke about doing this. We spoke about being pastors. We spoke about whatever it is that we're talking about right now. And then she reminds me of what we spoke before.
Wow.
Now I don't give up. Same way, if she's tired, if she's exhausted, and she's like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go to this place. I don't want to do this right now because I'm so tired. Please don't make me go. And I say, honey, I need you. We are in this together. We talked about this before. This is what we're doing. So there's no saying, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this anymore. We're not going to go forward. I don't want to do this. That's not what I wanted to do in my life. Oh, but I didn't know this. Of course, you never asked the questions. And that's why people get divorced, because, out of nowhere, they want to go to a place. They want to do these things. They never aligned before. So it's good when you align. It's good when you really write down what is God is speaking to you and bring to the other person. Say, hey, God is speaking to me these things. He's calling me to do these things. What is God calling you to do right now? What is God placing in your heart? So you give the other person the opportunity to be honest and say, hey, I don't want to be a pastor. I don't want to be a businessman. I don't want to be a lawyer. I don't want to have kids. There are people that don't want to have kids. And now you speak about these things before you get married. Your marriage will be a blessing. Amen.
Amen.
So I believe that one of the reasons people will get divorced is because they're not speaking. They're not talking. They're not spending time aligning expectations.